guys, so this is going to be my top 15 tips for growing healthier hair. I really couldn't pare it down to 10 tips, so I did it 15, so 15 tips, and I actually have them on my computer here. So I will just jump into them. I was trying to write it down on a piece of paper. I couldn't even find a pen and a piece of paper. That really tells you how we're just too involved in technology. But yeah, so I just wrote them on my computer, and I will just get started so I don't bore you guys to death. Number one is keep a clean scalp. Now, when I say keep a clean scalp, I mean to make sure that you wash your hair. Even if you use a sulfate-free shampoo, if you use sulfate shampoos, if you use conditioners to cleanse your hair, make sure you are keeping a clean scalp, that you are removing buildup from products, because if you use products that have heavy silicones in them or other things that like to get attached to your scalp and that are not easily removed, you really need to wash your hair and keep that scalp clean. If you have a healthy environment for growth, then you will see growth and your scalp will produce healthy hair, because it's not fighting to get hair out of your scalp because you have so much buildup on your scalp. So definitely a clean scalp will help to for you to see growth. Number two is make a hair care regimen and be consistent. You should definitely make a hair care regimen. So you should, I mean, it's really hard. I know it's hard. I know. I hear you guys. It's hard when you're first starting out on your HHJ, which is healthy hair journey, because you don't know what to use. But you definitely should do a shampoo. Whether you want a sulfate-free shampoo or sulfate shampoo. If you're relaxed, usually you want to do something that has sulfates in it because you'll get buildup more easily, but you can do a sulfate-free shampoo. Just make sure it's going to cleanse your scalp really easily. You need a conditioner that will help to detangle your hair, that is moisturizing. You need a deep conditioner that may have some proteins in it, so that you can moisturize your hair and keep it really strong. So there are basic things that you need in your regimen, and you can also join hair websites and learn about regimen building. And there are so many videos on YouTube on how to build your regimen up, so you definitely need a regimen, but you need to also be consistent with your regimen. So don't wash your hair and then be like, okay, well, I'm gonna do 2 weeks wash my hair, do 3 weeks wash, because your hair is gonna be confused. Keep a consistent regimen, and your hair, you can train your hair into growing. Okay. Number three, balance between moisture and protein. I think everyone who has a tips on how to grow hair video says this. You really do need to balance the moisture and the protein in your hair, because our hair is made up of moisture and protein. And when you have relaxed hair, you break down the protein, so sometimes you need more protein than moisture. When you have natural hair, sometimes you need a little bit more moisture than protein. And ethnic hair is inherently really dry, so we all need moisture. So we should definitely be balancing the moisture and protein in our hair. And a big question is, well, how do I know the balance between moisture and protein? Your hair will definitely tell you. For me, my hair likes a lot of protein and some moisture, because I am relaxed and I have really thick hair. It likes a lot of protein to keep it really strong and a little bit of moisture. Once you start to use products, you'll know what your hair will like, and you'll find the balance, believe me. Number four, keep away from direct heat. Now, is it hypocritical for me to kind of say that? Yes, it is, because I do use heat, and I use direct heat because I do flat iron my hair. Direct heat is like any blow dryers, flat irons, curling irons, any heat tool that you're directly using on your hair. If you do want to have straight hair, you can do roller sets and things like that. For me, my hair is way too long and thick to be doing all that, so I do do direct heat, but I do take preventative measures to make sure that I'm not damaging it too much. But when you are first on your hair journey and you want to see growth, please keep away from heat. If you can not do heat at all, that's even better. Like do braid outs and other styles that don't require heat, or if you want to do heat, do roller sets and things like that, or air dry your hair instead of blow drying it and then flat iron with a heat protectant. But minimize the amount of heat that you're using. And I know you guys are like, shut up, but I do heat, but this is something that really will help you to use less heat. Number 5 is to moisturize and seal your hair. And everyone says to moisturize and seal your hair. You should be moisturizing and sealing your hair, which means you should be using a moisturizer in your hair and then sealing with a light oil so that your hair is maintaining the moisture, because ethnic hair usually really loses moisture really easily, and it could be throughout the day, it could be from the environment, it could be from you wearing your hair down on your clothing. So many things will suck the moisture right out of your hair. So moisturizing and sealing your hair makes your hair super soft, super manageable, easier to detangle. It also keeps the moisture locked into your hair. And you should moisturize, if you are natural people usually really love water-based moisturizers, and then use a light oil on top. If you're relaxed like me and you wear your hair straight most of the time, I like to use a heavier moisturizer that doesn't have so much water content in it, because I don't want my hair to revert back to wavy. So I will use a little bit of a moisturizer and do a light oil on top, because I don't want my hair to get greasy and weighed down. And I actually have a video on how I moisturize and seal my hair when it is straight and when it is wavy. So you guys can check that out. But moisturizing and sealing your hair, whatever products you choose to use, it doesn't matter. Find something that works for you and definitely do it. Some people do it once a day, every single day. Some people do it twice a day, every single day. Some people do it when their hair needs it. For me, I do it currently every day at nighttime. I used to do it only when my hair needed it, but because my hair is a little bit more damaged now from coloring and things like that, we won't get into that, I do it once a day. Number 6, do not over process your hair. So even if you are natural and you color your hair, or if you are relaxed and you relax your hair, if you relax your hair, you do not want to over process your hair. So make sure that you can clearly see your new growth, so your natural new growth, from your already processed hair, so that you're not over processing it. And a good way is to also put Vaseline or some heavy moisturizer that has some mineral oil or something in it that you can put on your hair, so that it coats your hair and the relaxer doesn't penetrate your hair. So you want to do that so that you don't get overlapping, so that your hair doesn't over process and breaks off. So do not over process your hair. Do not over process your hair. Even if you relax and you color your hair, make sure that you're not over processing it and recoloring and doing crazy things like that. Number 7 is protective styling. Protective styling is amazing for your hair. Protective styling is just any style that will get your hair off of your clothing, away and up, and that where your ends are away and protected. So usually a bun is a really good protective style, and also you don't want to pull your hair too tight. So like a loose bun. You can do braid out and kind of keep your hair up, twist, things like that will be protective styling, which you can keep your hair up and out of the way, and it won't be on your clothing, so it won't get snagged and you won't get a lot of breakage like that, or it won't be exposed to the environment, so especially if it's cold, it won't dry out. So different things like that. So protective styling is another way. If you want to grow your hair specifically, protective styling is a great way to grow your hair and see a lot of growth and maintenance in your ends. Number 8 is treat your hair like silk. Treat your hair like a baby silk. Let me tell you, I treat my hair like it's a little baby. Like it has a life of its own. It has, you know, memories and a past and dreams for the future. Because if you treat your hair like silk, because it really is a fiber, it is really delicate, you will see lots and lots of maintenance and growth, because you won't, you know, you'll be very careful when handling it. You'll be careful when combing it and things like that. So you want to treat your hair like silk. Number 9 is you want to have a satin or silk scarf. That's it. Satin or silk scarf, because when you are sleeping, you want to, if you wrap your hair or whatever you do before you go to sleep, you want to put a satin scarf over it, or silk scarf, or silk or satin bonnet, anything over your hair, so that your hair is not laying on that cotton pillowcase that will dry your hair out and break off your hair. Because believe you me, sometimes I wake up and I look down and I'm like, oh snap, there's a few of my hairs on the pillow. So you want to be really, really careful. So every single night, I really try to put a silk scarf on, even if I'm not going to wrap my hair. Even if it's in a bun, a messy bun, I will put a scarf or a bonnet over top of it. So silk and satin scarves are your best friends. Number 10 is clean living. And for me, I really saw a difference when I was in college and growing my hair. I used to exercise all the time. I went to the gym almost every single day. I hiked a lot and ran, and I really saw a difference in my hair, because you know, once your blood is going and you're stimulating your scalp, which you can also do with scalp massages, but exercising really gets the blood flowing, and then your hair is just going to grow more because you have a healthier scalp that is being stimulated from exercise and from, you know, drinking water and things like that. I don't drink a lot of water. I'm really guilty of that, but I do definitely exercise all the time. And I still, to this day, I go hiking all the time and go to the gym and things like that, just to keep active. Number 11 is to learn to read product labels. I read the product label on anything I buy. I literally, people probably hate going shopping with me, because I will literally sit there and I will read every single product that is on the back of my or every single ingredient that is on the back of my product, because you want to make sure to read things like, watch out for things like mineral oil, which doesn't really moisturize your hair. It kind of just sits on top of your hair and coats your hair. You want to watch out if you're using too many silicones. Watch out if you're doing too many proteins. So reading the product labels is a must. I was going through my video, trying to edit it, and I get to tip 11 and there's no more video. So something happened to the video, I don't know, but we're just gonna keep on trucking. It's about a week later, but I am gonna film the rest of my hair tips, and I believe I'm on number 12, so I'll just go to number 12. Number 12 would be to get rid of damaged ends. And when I say that, I don't mean to just, if you think like a half of your hair is damaged, just to cut it off. I don't mean that. I don't mean you have to big chop or anything, but really assess your ends and see where their damage is. And if you have to cut an inch or two off your hair, it might hurt, you know, in the beginning, but definitely get those ends cut off, because what's going to happen if you don't take care of it and you try to hold on to those really damaged ends is that they're just going to keep splitting up your hair shaft, and then you're just going to have to end up, excuse me, I just ate, you're going to have to end up cutting more off. So just really assess your ends when you're beginning your hair journey and see what you have to cut off. Some people big chop just to start over. Some people don't. Some people just cut off most of the damage and then continue from there. So assess your ends and then cut the damage off. And for me, I trim about every 6 months, and because I try to take care of my hair so well, I only end up having to trim off about 1/8 of an inch, so I maintain a lot of, or retain a lot of the hair that I am growing. So if you really take care of your hair and you begin your hair journey, you won't have to trim so much hair, but I know when you're first starting, you might want to really assess your ends and cut it off. It'll hurt, but it's okay. Okay, so number 13 would be to join a hair website. And I say join a hair website, like I belong to Hairlista and I also belong to Kiss, which Tracy77, I believe, on YouTube, she owns, which she's amazing, very knowledgeable. And when you join one of these hair sites, it's almost like a Facebook page kind of. and you get friends or whatever, but it's a great place to get advice, to support one another, to, you know, cheer each other on in your happy hair journeys, to ask different questions to different people with different hair types, to just share pictures, share videos, different things like that. And I'll put the links to both of them down below that I belong to. And I know there's other ones like Long Hair Care Forum or something like that. There's other popular forums and things, but the one that I enjoy most is Hairlista and Kiss. They're amazing, amazing places, positive places for you to go and get advice, especially on regimen building and different things like that. Okay, number 14, I would say it's education, and this kind of goes back to what I said about learning the ingredients on the back of your products, but I want to say education in a bigger scope, because you have to become educated on what things are in order to understand your hair and understand how to go about treating your hair and how to go about selecting products in your regimen. You have to understand what protein is. You have to understand like what a silk scarf is. I know this seems very basic, but once you understand all these things, you'll learn, you know, why we always are talking about moisturize and sealing, why we're always talking about co-washing, why we're always talking about humectants, glycerin, different things like that that we say, like different people say on YouTube or even on hair care forums. And sometimes you might not know a specific term, or people might tell you a specific technique, like the baggy method. You need to really educate yourself on different hair care techniques, because some of these techniques really may be your holy grail. Some of these things may be the difference between your hair growing an inch a month or an inch and a half, 2 inches a month. So if you educate yourself, then you'll be golden on your hair journey, and you can give advice to others. I would say for education, I read a lot, you know, from Google and things like that, but mostly the Science of Black Hair book, it was paramount. It was so important in me learning my hair, learning how to take care of my hair. So I will also link that book down below. You can get it. I have it on my Kindle, and I also have it on my Kindle app on my phone when I just want to sit and read some. And it's amazing. It's amazing. It's for natural hair care. It's for black hair, for ethnic hair, and it really tells you the base. It's like a textbook for hair care, I guess I would say. So it really tells you how to take care of your hair. Okay. So number 15 would be to think positively. It's very simple. You have to think positively because you run the risk of giving up on your hair journey. I know there's plenty of times where I was just like, I don't even care. I don't care. I don't want to put a heat protectant in my hair. I don't want to have to wrap my hair every night. I don't want to moisturize and seal my hair, put a silk scarf on. It seems like a whole, well, it is. It's a whole routine. And it's actually a lifetime journey. It's not something that you do and you grow your hair and then it's done. It's a lifetime commitment, so you have to think positively. You know, make it fun, make it interesting, do different things to stay positive on your journey. And don't get discouraged just because you find that your hair is not growing the way you want to, or a certain product is not working for you, or a technique. Trust me and believe, there's certain things that just don't work for me, and I've gotten frustrated trying to do this. There's days when my braid outs come out horribly and I just have to throw my hair in a bun. You know, I don't want to have to straighten it. I don't want to have to air dry it. It's just too much. I just want to pull it off. I wish I could just pull it off and put it on, pull it off and pull it on. But you really have to remain positive in order to see the results that you want. I work with my hair, not against it. And if you think positively, then your hair care journey will not be so, it won't be such a chore. It'll be something you look forward to doing. Before, you know, I used to get frustrated. Sometimes I do still get frustrated, but most of the time I'm really happy on my hair care journey. I'm happy to deep condition my hair. I'm happy when my wash day comes because I love washing my hair. You know, so just remain positive. So those are my 15 hair care tips on how to grow healthy hair. I hope that this helped you. I hope that some of the tips that you found were helpful. I know some of them are redundant. Many people have said them, but you know, this is my version of the video, so I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will talk to you guys later in another video. Thank you guys so much for your support. You guys are amazing as always. I will talk to you guys later again in another video. So yeah, bye.